Okay, so what we'll do today is we'll have a look at Bitcoin, some of the other majors in the cryptocurrency market, and have a look at yesterday's sell-off at midnight, and if there's anything that you need to be worried about, and give you some key levels to look out for. Okay, if you like the video, please go ahead and give it a like down below. All that good stuff helps me tell me that you want me to do more content, and keeps the YouTube algorithm going. So essentially what we got last night was a rejection at 52, which was horizontal resistance, okay, on the real like sort of short time frame. But really on the weekly 21-day exponential moving average, you can see that we've got a rejection here, and the 21-week EMA on any time frame, 21 EMA on any time frame, gives you an indication of momentum shifts on that time frame, okay, and is a key moving average. So I would have expected that after this move down of about 4 to 5 weeks, basically straight down, that our first real proper retest of this region, we would see some kind of price reaction, some sort of pause in price at the very least, on our way to basically stair-stepping our way back up, okay? Because like I said, we've got these key moving averages above us and all this resistance above us, which we're going to have to overcome if we want to get back into that 60k, 70k, and to all new time highs. So that's basically totally normal, what I would have expected. So if we drill down into the shorter time frames and we actually have a look at BTC, we're still in this macro still uptrend, okay, where we've spoken about we've created higher highs sorry, and higher lows. And if we actually have a look at this recent trend line that we broke out of, okay, we've actually come in for an absolutely perfect, just draw our trend lines correctly, okay, an absolutely perfect retest, okay, where we've got a reaction over here, okay, and we've basically had this breakout consolidation, and during that consolidation we've retested again over here, and my bias from here is basically that we move up here and we still get towards that 53 to $54,000 region, which we spoke about at the start of the week, moving into next week or the coming week. Okay, this is totally normal, healthy price action. And if you actually look at this little uptrend since I think it was last week, or about a week and a half ago, we're still creating higher highs and higher lows, okay, and we're still doing okay, and maybe we can make that push up here. Okay, so totally normal price action. And actually what I would expect is if we don't move here and we break the 48, maybe we can tag this yellow trend line down here, which is a really important trend line of the overall breakout, retest, and a key area that we've been looking out for. So I think if we do break 48, that opens the door for 44,000 region, where we retest this. But my bias is that we don't break the 42. If we do that, then we can start to look at lower levels and BTC might be in trouble. So that's basically what we're looking at. I think everything looks pretty healthy, nothing really to worry about, okay. And like I said, we're just basically just having horizontal resistance at a key moving average, no surprise, okay. So another thing that I wanted to draw your attention to, we just take this to the daily, a bit easier to see, is that typically after any big downtrend move, okay, even if we continue that move to the downside in a really bearish scenario, is when we take our fib retracements out, okay, we typically always get to at least the 382, but usually somewhere between the 5 or the 618 is pretty common, okay. At the minute we've just made it to a paltry 236, okay, which is this red line over here. So we haven't even tagged this yet, which tells me that we've got some more room to the upside. Even if this was a dead cat bounce and we moved up to here and we moved lower and retested lower regions at a later point in time, I'm still expecting prices to move higher in the next few weeks, okay. So, and just to show you that on some of the other moves, that even over here, for example, where we've moved down further, okay, we made this to essentially between the 5 and the 618, and this is also true just on pretty much any down on any down moves where we've had bounces back up. And like I said, a 2.36 retracement between that and the 382 would be a really bearish retracement for us to move down any further. So like I said, I'm not really expecting that. I'm not expecting from here that we just roll over and we just break 42 and start collapsing. I don't see that happening. So That's pretty much that. And you can essentially see that on a lot of these other cryptos, that if you look at them on the weekly and the daily higher time frames, you can see that we're just coming into a clusters of weekly supply zones overhead, which again is totally expected. You can see that we've tried to break into these regions. I'm just looking at like Theta, but you can see this on so many other coins. Link as well. You can see that we've basically just moved into this region, so this is totally normal, what you would expect. Moving into these regions over here, where we're going to see some sort of price rejection, and hopefully, basically, I would imagine, obviously BTC drives the market, is that we get some sort of correction, maybe a secondary push, and we can move a little bit higher in these. I think you can see this probably as well in XRP. Yeah, we've spoken about this one quite a few times, where again, you know, it's all on a technical level, on a technical basis that we're seeing all of this. Okay, there's no like news or anything like that to drive any of these prices. Essentially, we're just seeing, you know, price react at key resistance levels. Hopefully, we can hang out here. And like I said, our bias is to move higher. So the last thing I wanted to essentially draw your interest to is the Dixie, which actually looks like it might be rolling over a little bit here, which could be a good thing for Bitcoin. So here we're starting to see that resistance. We spoke about this key resistance uptrend level, okay, on the Dixie, which is the dollar index. Remember, that's typically inversely proportional to Bitcoin. So the way that we're looking at this here is we're starting to get some rejection at that sort of 97, upper 96.8 region. We tried to move up here, you know, a couple of weeks back, and we've got rejected. And again, here we're seeing another sell-off. So maybe if we break down from this pattern over here, okay, this could at least give Bitcoin some kind of relief, and maybe drop down to a trend line over here. So maybe a you know, a 1 to 2% move down in the Dixie. Don't scoff at that, at what that can do for Bitcoin. So yeah, basically something else to keep an eye on. But 53, 54 is still the region to look out for. If you like the video, please drop me a like down below, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace out.